season, everything is new. New name, new time, new experience. Welcome to FCC, Faith City, Charlotte. If you've been waiting for a fresh start, this is it. Join us this Sunday, 10 a.m. at 10540 Arthur Davis Road in Huntersville, right near the Walmart off I-485. Children's Church is available, led by senior pastors Bishop Amere and Pastor Kenya May. Visit faithcitycharlotte.org. FCC, where faith lives and hope rises, because the next chapter of your life starts now. Paid by No More Locked Doors Towing, LLC. This season, everything is new. New name, new time, new experience. Welcome to FCC, Faith City, Charlotte. If you've been waiting for a fresh start, this is it. Join us this Sunday, 10 a.m. at 10540 Arthur Davis Road in Huntersville, right near the Walmart off I-485. Children's Church is available, led by senior pastors Bishop Amere and Pastor Kenya May. Visit faithcitycharlotte.org. FCC, where faith lives and hope rises, because the next chapter of your life starts now. Paid by No More Locked Doors Towing.
All right, what's going down, people? It's getting ready to go down on Straight Talk with Bishop Amere J. I'm getting ready to release my book in April while dating ruins lives. But somebody text Pastor Brian Meadows. I got to talk to him. This is going to be Straight Talk. Tag every man that you know, because I'm getting ready to probably upset some of y'all. So this is getting ready to be very, I'm not going to say biased, but it's going to be male driven. It's going to be male opinionated. You all tag somebody's name. I'm on Bishop Amere J's like page. I'm on the private page, but you all don't want to miss this. Man, I'm getting ready to drop it. I've been talking about it. I have the courage to let you know what's getting ready to happen, what's been going on. And it's about to go down. So go ahead and tune in and check this out. Listen, so many people are talking about so many things. This is a time of marriage, of scandalizia, sabotaging. We recently have heard of Pastor Brian Meadows and something about a 12-year affair. I want to look into it. I'm going to look at it, and so I want to talk to you about it. I want to talk to you about this because it's going to be interesting today. Because so many people are talking about so many different things, and I just want to know what's your opinion and what's the truth. So let's get it out there. Let's get it cracking. Who's on? Come on, tell me where you're at and what city you're on, so we can get it cracking. Let's get it cracking up in here. We're getting ready to get it cracking because many people have an opinion. I want to know your opinion. I want to know what you really feel. So make sure you tag, like, share, all that good stuff, so we can talk about this. Pastor Brian Meadows. Let me see. Let me tag that. Everybody been inboxing me and saying, do I hear about Pastor Brian Meadows? And I guess he had an affair. Let me see. Okay. Apostle, this is what it said. Apostle Brian Meadows confesses of a 12-year relationship with his whoever he was with it, Brian Meadows. Okay, I don't know him, but I'm a man and he's a man, and I want to talk about it. So one thing about me, I'm not going to ever get on social media and trash another man for being two grown people being together. That's their choice. And that's not me. That's not how I roll. So you'll never find me just trashing somebody because
This season, everything is new.
Check in, T. What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody, y'all tag a man. Just tag a man. I don't care how many men on here. Taquarius, you on here? I need to see Taquarius. Taquarius is a young man. I respect Taquarius. If he off or wrong, he gonna stand his ground. He ain't scary. So tag Pastor Brian Meadows, Taquarius, because you had some questions about this too. So I want to give my answer and my input. Let me tag him because he's a great preacher. But let me see, Pastor Brian Meadows. Okay, I'll type it. Okay, let me just say this because see, you church guys look at things a little different from guys that's in the world or in the streets. People in the streets or in the world that have some type of street knowledge or cred. I'm on Bishop Amere J's like page as well as, and sometimes when I launch from this app, the notification doesn't go out because usually I do a lot of followers, but when I just do it regular, but I can't get all the graphics when I do it regular. So I need to get the word out. I can't get the word out should I just do it regular? Because that's when everybody chimes in. But I just wanted y'all to see my little graphics back there. Dayton Ruins Live, my book will be out. It's going to be a big old gathering. I ain't gonna say party, but it's going to be a big gathering next month for my book releasing Dayton Ruins Lives. Nothing hurts you like dating. Nothing complicates your life like having a child or having sex with a person you wish you never met. Okay, ungodly soul ties. I'm telling you, but we always talk about demons. We always talk about spirit of Jezebel, this, that. I'm like, my son, this, that, and third. But no. Nothing ruins your life like having sex with somebody that is trash. Okay, and so I'm getting ready to log off, and I'm gonna do it regular on my page so you all can get it because other people is watching. I see they on the other page and they on this page. So it won't be a little confusion. Y'all ready? Well, I'm about to set the internet off because I'm going to tell y'all something. I wish I wouldn't have gotten married when I did. Booyah! We're getting ready to talk about it. T, you ready? T, if you say we're ready, I'm going to end it and we're going to come on live. I'm ready. Sex with the wrong person will ruin your life every time. Every time. Okay. All right. But the graphics look good. Oh, tag the men because should I stay right here? Because the other man's 4 on my Bishop Amere J page. This other was on. Let me just say, brothers, I'm coming to free all of y'all. I'm coming to free you from your frustrations. I'm coming to free you from your private frustration because sometimes you all wake up and y'all don't want to be married. You ain't got to say amen. I know it. I'm a man. And the truth of the matter is this Western culture, customs and manners of marriage gives the woman the power over the man. We could talk about it. The Western culture style monogamy marriage gives the woman power over the men. If they don't want to have sex with us, we can't say nothing. If they don't want to cook, we can't say nothing. If they don't want to clean, we can't say nothing. If they go and take our money, we can't say nothing. We are at high risk. There's no rewards for real men. All right. You can be faithful for 40 years and make one mistake and you'll be the lowest scum of the earth. You will rarely be forgiven. They will always blame you. They will tell you they have trust issues. They will never forgive you. You will always have to pay for it year after year, time after time. You will always be seen as a male whoremonger, but yet people go to church and read David, the 23rd Psalms. Oh, wait a minute, man. We got to talk about this, man. Come on now. Y'all tag a man that y'all know that's married or single. Now, the value of monogamy marriage is a beautiful thing. The husband I want, that's the New Testament scripture. Paul writes to Timothy, but God does not give us a real commandment on what to do. I'm tired of good men falling to this same mistake. Is it a mistake? Is it demonic? Is it the devil? What is God's original purpose for man and woman? This is conversation for men. Come on, y'all. Come on. Tag a man. Please tag a man. Let's talk about it. Monogamy is a beautiful thing. I have learned to be the husband of one wife. Okay? But at the same time, those that do not have the discipline for their sexual appetite, does that mean they're not a good man? They're irresponsible? One mistake. Here it is. We can be faithful for 20 years, and one mistake can bring us down from riches to rags. That's too much power. So we have to calculate, is it worth? No woman is worth cheating that you're going to lose everything just because you cheated. She's. Then you cheated. She takes everything that you own. You the one built the empire. And she's going to get 300, 400 million. It ain't adding up. Come on, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. Come on, let's y'all ain't going to talk to me here. This is a man's conversation. So there's high risk. There is high risk at it all. We just gonna act like it ain't no high risk. We're gonna go talk about it. I need to just launch live because the numbers ain't where I'm supposed to be. And a lot of people follow me, but I understand sometimes the way this thing is, these platforms don't launch you off right. They don't launch you off right. So I need to talk about this. All right. Because I need to give a male perspective on monogamy. I need to give a male perspective. See, and it ain't even right. I'm just talking to y'all. It's so biased and full of bigotry. Men is down on their luck and when they get called a bum. But here's a woman that ain't got nothing, but her body don't bring nothing to the table, ain't got no money, don't have anything, and there you go working your butt off all day trying to supply her needs, and the society is okay with that. But if a man is down on his luck, he's a bum, he's a scrub, he's a simp. So it's tough out here. When you are married, you are a high risk taker. And if you know anything about investments, anything that's high risk pays off well if it goes well. If it goes well. But if it don't go well, my God. I mean, how in the world, listen to this. How can a man make one mistake and after that mistake, she is eligible to take everything he has, depending upon the judge? Come on, talk to me. So faithfulness is expected, yes, but rarely celebrated. When we say we ain't cheating, and we could have did this, that, and the third, and this, that, we're not celebrated. We are told you're supposed to do that. A man can be loyal for decades and receive little recognition. One mistake can destroy everything: marriage, reputation, finances, and relationship with children. So this is why I wanted to talk to Pastor Brian Meadows. I disagree with him. Because listen to a person that's been through it. When you have made a mistake, I'm telling you, man, when you marry, you better make sure you papered up. Because these women are more gangster and thirsty as most men. Watch this. If you have everything and she has nothing, get a prenup. If she ain't got nothing, get a prenup. I'm trying to tell you now. Forget this. Forget what y'all talking about. Oh God. Watch this. Watch this. When women cheat, we would never know because they receive. There you go, Ulysses. My brother got it. One mistake can destroy. I mean, how in the world can Brian Meadows, let me talk to him. Brian Meadows, you are a powerful preacher. You are a light-skinned Negro. Pretty fair, handsome man. Anointed. Man, let me tell you something. You are not a failure because you had a 12-year relationship with a woman. That's customs and manners. We still look into it if it's really sin. Because biblical marriage, you have more than one wife and you had concubines. I know y'all don't want to talk about this. No. Well, Bishop Amere, what are you talking? I'm stirring at the pot today. If you had 3 wives, you wouldn't have the agitation that you have now. Oh, you won't cook? Don't worry about it. I'm going to Shirley's house. Oh, you won't do this? Okay, don't worry about it. Lakeisha, she got me. See, y'all don't like this kind of talk. And the only way you can have that life is you can support them all. Now, that's how some live in the Eastern culture. So which is right? Do we live by Eastern or do we live by Western? If my money is right and I'm a king, I can have it all. Y'all don't talk. You all are hypocritical, diabolical, and you have a Eurocentric notion concerning marriage, and you don't know what the Bible says. Let me just talk to y'all. Y'all want to talk about biblical marriage. Paul talks about marriage, but he's having a conversation with his son Timothy. He's not giving a direct ecumenical command about what a man should have. If you go, marriage is customary according to the culture. It's customary according to the culture. What you deem sin ain't sin. I'm telling y'all, okay, so watch this. Okay, so when you all look at this, the consequences are so severe that some men better look at marriage as high risk with little reward. I need all of my sons not to comment because I'm about to make everybody mad, including Lady Mae, but that's all right. Okay. Western culture, women who are not being used by God has too much power in marriage. Carmen, why would only a hoe want 2 or 3 men? Only a hoe will want 2 or 3 men. That's what she is. You's a hoe. If you want to sleep with 2 or 3 men, you are a harlot. You are a hoe. And let me tell you why. Because you had 9 million sperm cells in you in 1 week trying to find its purpose, trying to find your uterus to get you pregnant. That's what you is. No, you can't have it. You see this when I touch this glass right here? Is the glass still drinkable? Yes. The waiter come bring your glass and serve your glass, it's still drinkable even though he touched the outside. But if the waiter put that thing his finger in that cup, you won't drink it no more. You won't drink it no more. No. If I drink this cup, my waiter comes, I'm going to eat at Del Frisco's tonight. If he serves my cup and say, here's Mr. May, I'm going to still drink my cup. But if he come out with his finger in my drink, I'm going to say it's nasty. Why? Because he went inside of it. It's not what you touch on the outside or what's go inside that makes you clean or unclean. So y'all didn't mess this. Y'all didn't got this wrong. Y'all talking about we lost the last name, we lost everything else. A king didn't have 1 woman. Show me what 1 king had 1 woman. And I'm not just saying this because y'all don't get this come. This is coming. Don't be telling me Bishop May want more than 1 woman. No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm trying to wake y'all up. It's high risk. Monogamy is high risk, and the reason it's high risk is because if I make 1 mistake, boom, man, you taking everything. Man, if you ain't got no women that you grew up with, see, if I divorce Kenya, I'm losing half regardless because we built everything together, right? But I shouldn't have got married. I'm 52. I should have got married at 45. I wish I got married at 45. I'm telling my sons, you have more than 1 woman, son, and you be honest with those women, and you teach those women to respect you and you respect them. But you tell them, listen, baby, you're not my wife. I got Keisha, I got LaQuisha, and I got Tina. We are all friends. So ain't no drama if you see somebody. You ain't getting my password to my phone. You ain't getting the inbox to my phone because I'm single. And when you're single, you can mingle because I'm getting data. If I don't date more than one woman, how would I know what I want? Hold on. Come on. Y'all ain't talking to me. Y'all ain't talking to me. Yeah. He that findeth the wife. That means I got to search until I find her. Tisha, LaQuisha, all of them. No. I'm telling my son, no, you ain't getting married right now. My son tried to get in the engagement because a girl got pregnant. I said, no, I don't care if she is pregnant. That baby going to be taken care of, but you ain't getting married right now. You getting left too much money, my money, for you to be. Ain't no woman getting none of my money. Amere Jr., money. No. You ain't getting no passcode. We sing no. And if you get my passcode and wait till I go to sleep and put my face recognition, you see something you don't want to see, you shouldn't have been looking. It's time for men to stop being simple. It's time for us to take it back. I'm talking men talk now. I'm talking all this hurt. Now let me go back to Pastor Brian Meadows. Pastor Brian Meadows, let me talk to you. See, when you all get in trouble, y'all need to talk to some gangsters, some OGs. Stop talking to these church boys. First of all, if you made a mistake, we all can make mistakes. I made mistakes. I've been making mistakes I'm 52. I've been making mistakes for 51 years in 6 months. All of us make mistakes. All of us make mistakes, man. I'm talking to men. All of us look at another woman and say, dang, she fine. All of us have imaginations in our head. Don't let nobody fool you. The Holy Ghost don't sear our conscience that we see another woman that say, woo-wee. Come on. I'm talking real men talk. And if you're not a man, you probably should get off this because I'm going to make you mad. I'm talking real men. First of all, man, when you get caught, stop letting society name you as a dog or a cheater. You're not a dog or a cheater. You are a person that made a mistake. Watch this, if that mistake, hear me good, is outside of what you and your girl or wife agreed upon. Remember, this is my teaching. Y'all can challenge me. Get some theologians on here. Y'all just don't talk about what Paul said. Paul wasn't even married. No. Let's go to the Ethiopian Bible. Let's go to the original text. Let's look at all the texts. Let's not just look at King James Bible. King James was a queer. I don't want to listen to his translation. Let's get it all together so we can talk about it. Let me just say, a king never had one woman. And biblical marriage in the old times, you always had land. You knew you was blessed by this, by the wives, by your land, your concubines, and your substance. That's how we knew the hand of God was on your life, and you had to have a male seed. Let's stir it up today. I'm talking men talking. So let me talk to you, Pastor Brian Meadows. Let me tell you where you all in church make a mistake at. You make a mistake at trying to explain your infidelity and why you cheated and why you did what you did to people that you don't even know, or to people that's cheating just like you that has not gotten caught. So when you get let me tell you something, when you get caught up in something, because everybody that got caught up in something is not a male whore. Some of these first ladies and sanctified wives ain't even giving their husband none. They're serving and preaching and worshiping and withholding themselves. See, everybody that you see come out with an affair, that's why sanctified wives, you need this. You need two personas. You need two personalities. Can I talk to the marriage wives? What do they need, Bishop? They need to be a Proverbs 31 woman, and they need to be a girlfriend. You need to be a wife and a girlfriend. You need to be what his flesh like and what his spirit needs. You need to be dual. And see, that's the problem. Most sanctified women in the Pentecostal church just want to be a wife. No, you still got to be a girlfriend. Why do you think? It ain't got nothing to do with love. It ain't got nothing to do with love. He's supposed to love me. He cheated on me. That ain't got nothing to do with love. He does love you. If he did not love you, he would not do what he do. And that's why if you cheated, he'll kill himself and you because he loves you. All right? Love demonstrated is not the same qualities from a man and from a woman. And God never told the woman to love the man. She told him to submit. He gave her the law because he knew it was going to be difficult for her to submit to him. Oh my God. Man, let me tell you something. We need a real brother circle. We need a brother circle. Get off of social media. Most of the content creators and most of the bloggers are feminine sissies themselves. So how in the world are y'all confessing on their blogger, talking to them? They ain't even got no women. But y'all sitting there talking to them. You sitting there want real advice from a man with somebody with Vaseline's lips shining like the Sunshine Band in sixth grade. Oh, I'm making folks mad. Listen, no, men, when you make a mistake, women, when you make a mistake, you're not a whore. You're a person that made a mistake. Life can cause you to do things that you normally would not do. I don't care if they flag me. It don't make me no difference. Facebook don't mean nothing to me. I get up in the church and the convention has said. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all, this is crazy to me. And I don't care if you're homosexual. I don't care what you are. But my point is this is what I learned from the homosexuals. When the homosexuals get into trouble, they don't come to people like us. They go to their community. So real men, when y'all get caught up, real pastors who are fit, that's what's wrong with Brian Carn. Brian Carn need a real man. He got all these little bishops that he make money for. They ain't got nothing to tell him. Somebody needs to sit Brian, little gifted butt behind, put him by his shoulder, say, look, sit down, let me talk to you. Okay? Let me talk to you, brother. All right? You got to do X, Y, Z. You're too gifted to do what you're doing. You're blowing up the block. So preacher, stop saying you're going to quit preaching. And then let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you know you're dealing with a church hole, because a church hole is worse than any hole it is. Because they deal with the spirit realm, the soulless realm, the emotions of man, the intelligentsia of man, and they're real conniving. Come on, talk to me, son. They're the most. I didn't play ball all over the world. I done met folks all over the world. That's all I'm gonna say. But I've never encountered anybody like a woman, a harlot in the church. They are devious. They are scandalizia. They will sit there. They will plot. They will wait till the first lady die. They will wait till the opportunity. They will serve to get close to the pastor, learn his weakness, exploit his weakness, and then claim after they had a relationship that he groomed them. Boy, y'all, man, this is crazy. I'm just telling y'all, man. This is really crazy to me. So let me go a little further. Can I go a little further? I'm just talking to men. This is men talk. I got to get men in the church. This is men talk. So what happens is, Brian Meadows, let me hit you up, bro. You was in a relationship with a woman that knew your weakness. You was in a relationship with a woman that knew your weakness. Let's not spiritualize this. Let's not spiritualize this. This has been happening from the eons of time. Most good men fall to what? Women and money. Women and money. Yeah, it ain't even sense. Now, some of y'all is falling to these little boys. Y'all need to be dealt with. We ain't talking about that. So when everybody was sending me, you see what this pastor did? Don't send me no scandal with a grown man sleeping with a woman. That's his prerogative, and that ain't got nothing to do with Amere. Real men do not spread gossip about who they sleeping with. It needs to be a code. Now, real men whoop pedophiles, but real men cover brothers. The Bible says, love covered a multitude of sin and fault. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all know, y'all can't say amen on here because y'all know y'all wives. Look, I'm talking real talk. I'm trying to, until you can grow into the matriarch and have the sexual appetite like I did, I have not always been like this. Thank God I did not grow up on social media, because if I did grow up on social media, I ain't confessing none of you all. You better get Deion Ward, 2 psychics, a prophet, and Elijah, and everybody else. I ain't confessing to you. I'm going to make sure my wife good. So all you pastors getting up here saying these confession speeches, you live by the culture in which you produce. Do you know why some pastors can survive a scandal? It's because of the grace culture that they produce. If you always acting so holy and acting like you perfect and everything jammed up, and then when you fall, your church can't handle nothing because you have not showed your humanity. You have not confessed your humanity, and you have not pronounced your struggle. So your culture is holiness and perfection. No room for grace. So let me tell you something, Pastor Brian Meadows. Let me hip you up. You was with a woman that was, they said allegedly in your past story, she knew everything about you. She knew your weakness, your vulnerability, and you think you're the strongest because we're the men. Ain't nothing slicker than a woman. The woman has the intelligentsia to have a one-on-one conversation with Satan. And then we look into it, we have to understand, did she produce Cain? According to the serpent seed theory, who really produced Cain? Is that the devil's baby, or is that God? I mean, is that the man of God's baby? Because you do know the angels transfer themselves into angel of light, just like the sons of God slept with the daughters of man, creating the Nephilim. And when they created the Nephilim, it angered God because they had supernatural wittiness and intelligence and the epignosis of God, and they was creatures, and God killed them. So the serpent seed theory is, we're trying to question it. Who did Eve really sleep with? Did she sleep with Satan, or did she sleep with Adam? And how did Adam produce Cain, a murderer, a thief, a jealous person? You look like your father. Okay, I ain't going to get into all that. And so when you look at it, you got to ask yourself, so don't think women are don't think women are so innocent. No, man. No, man. There's more people than men in their grave because a women have deceived them, tricked them. I'm talking about white women, black women, lined them up. And that's what they call it now, lining them up. Y'all tag some men right now. I see some of the men ain't talking. Lining them up. So when you get married, don't get married because of your emotions. So Brian Meadows, let me tell you, she lined you up, brother. Let me tell you why she didn't love you. Let me tell you why she did not love you. Because a real woman, you're dealing with a church harlot, let me just be kind, that wants attention. One of the dangerous women in the world is a broke woman who wants attention, or any woman that wants attention. Because a real woman would tell you, man, I'm tired of this. We can't go further. And she would deal you and tell you her grace is ran out. But she'd never go to your girl. She'd never go to your wife. She'd never go to anybody, because she would have high regards for your wife as well as you. Did you hear what I'm saying? She would have heart. Real women don't go to Facebook. Girls do. Little girls who want attention in a woman's body goes to Facebook. They're starving for attention. Because why would you get on social media and tell people who don't know you, your children, your grandchildren is going to be forever embarrassed? The Facebook keeps it in its memories. Why would you get on social media and tell somebody you slept with your pastor? I'm waiting on y'all to tell me. Why? Why? Grown women make grown decisions, and then says pastoral abuse. What is y'all talking about? Man, that's a grown woman made a grown woman's decision. Pastoral abuse, most of these pastors getting lined up because we're full of pride thinking everybody love us and like us and want us. Everybody don't like us. They lining you up. Yeah. Man, I'm ready. I'm ready today. It's diabolical. You all just think, I don't call women who made a mistake a whore. A woman that made a mistake, got caught up in an affair, is not a whore. She made a mistake. Period. A man he's not. But listen, when a man makes a mistake, it costs him everything. So for a man to risk his whole career, his identity, and everything to sleep with you, and you're supposed to be a side chick, and you ain't got a pot to piss in, you should be really thankful, because he's obviously something about you that he's willing to risk everything for you, and you're really not worth it. But it's something that you possess that is just drawn into him, that he's willing to risk it all. Now we're talking today. We are talking today. I know. Just think about it. Why would we risk everything? Risk the shit. And then we would make a mistake. Y'all remind us for the next 20 years. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know y'all don't believe it, but it's crazy. The side, let me say, the side chick is the one really winning, but you end up losing in the end. You winning because you get all his attention. You hear what his wife is like. You hear what his business is like. You hear about the church is making you sick. You hear everything, and you just gathering that detail. That man is just spilling everything, and you just taking pictures. You taking photos. Any woman that is your side chick that takes a picture is man, Bishop Amere, you showing your players card. I got to teach these men because until you all can contain your sexual appetite, somebody got to talk men talk to y'all. And no. Why are you taking pictures? And for what? I just need a picture of us. For what? Ain't no pictures. You know what it is. So what you taking pictures for? Okay. So y'all don't like this kind of talk. Y'all like this kind of talk. You know what it was when you signed up. Don't get in a 12-year relationship, then talking about it was abuse. You know what it was. I guarantee he bought you Louis, Gucci, Louboutins. I guarantee he paid your bills. I guarantee you took trips. I guarantee you did all of that. That was not pastoral abuse. That was you lining that man up. And then you all manipulate these pastors because they're weak and they get on social media and confess. You don't need to be confessing to social media. You need to be making sure your wife is okay. You need to be worrying that your wife and children okay. You don't need to be confessing to everybody else. And then when your wife and children get okay, then you talk to the church and say, we worked it out. And then there are going to be some that leave and some that go. What you leaving your church for because your pastor made a mistake with a woman? And some of y'all sleeping with different folks every week. See, we only anointed until you find out our sexual proclivities. Once you find out our sexual proclivities, we ain't anointed no more. Come on. You know, a man been good to you all your life, and you find out one mistake he did. He made a mistake. And then some men get lied on. Some men get lied on and say, he liked me, he touched me. What do you do when you got a fast-tailed girl trying to hit up on your husband in your family or something, and then he ignores her and say, girl, you better go sit down somewhere, I'm your uncle. And then she go lie and say he tried to sleep with me. And then that man has to live with that negative stereotype for the rest of his life for one little girl lying on him because he was honest. And then he's proud of himself being honest and he did not sleep with them. And then when he did not sleep with him, he's proud of himself only to go home to be minimized and talked about and always scrutinized and judged. Man, this ain't even worth it, man. Man, we got a lot of pressure, man. I'm telling y'all. How many people? Oh, he ain't no good. Why he ain't no good? Why he ain't no good? Why he ain't no good? Had a friend, somebody text him, the girl showed him the inbox, he said he's flirting, and the boyfriend called. Why would a woman show another man what another man is saying to him? A real woman would say, I ain't like that, I'm married, I'm in a relationship, and I appreciate you, but thank you, no thank. My wife don't come and tell me when no man hits on her because she's a classy woman. A heifer practice heifersonomics, and a Jezebel that wants to manipulate your mind, wants to send you off, and then you trying to check somebody and you don't know you about to get caught. You about to get got or get whooped or sent to an early grave trying to check somebody, and your wife is lining you up or your girl. Because a real woman would take care of it herself. Now, if he's harassing you, he's bullying you, and he continues to do it, that's one thing. But the first time you want to take, look, he said he did this, you want attention. And you want your way. That is a Jezebel spirit. So one mistake, man, could destroy everything. Marriage, reputation, finances, relationship with children. My God, because the consequences are so severe. So some men are not marrying women anymore. Things are not the way they used to be. You know why? It ain't the devil. And men are not marrying black women. Why? Let's talk about it. Because the consequences are so severe. Some men see marriage as high risk. with little reward. This is the part of a broader culture conversation, explaining why marriage rates are declining in the Black community. Watch this. The emotional core of the argument is this: the cost of failure outweighs the reward of success. Oh my God. Oh my God. The cost of failure outweighs the reward of success. Most women sees betrayal as cheating as betrayal, not just as a mistake. No one should cheat. If you got a relationship and y'all like that, you didn't discuss that, no one should cheat. Right? But women historically carry more economical and social risk in marriage. Infidelity often causes emotional trauma and family instability. So when someone frames cheating as 15 minutes that didn't hurt anybody, all right, here it is. You did something, you made a mistake, you got caught up in, whatever you were doing. Many women reject that promise because they believe it has always hurt someone. The deeper issue is how modern culture treats covenant versus contract. The deeper issue is that modern culture treats marriage like a contract. It treats the marriage just like a contract. Things are not the way they used to be. Cedric Bell talking about many will be confused. They're confused because they want to be confused. I don't give a crap what nobody say or think. This is the gospel truth. King David disobeyed God. King David disobeyed God with Uzziah, get in Ohio, and should have got the Levitical priesthood. King David made a whole lot of mistakes. It wasn't because of his wives. I could tell you, the king in Dubai has married 4 wives and doing real good. So what are you talking about? Most of us are simpletons, and you got to understand that the law to have 4 wives, according to customs and concubines, I said it was scripture. I didn't say what you should or should not do. You have to have the emotional intelligence to hear. He that has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit has said to her. But when you teach things that's Bible, that's unconventional, particularly teach our ancestral heritage and what we were in Kings and not preach this European gospel that y'all done translated in the King James Version, people are always trying to be diabolical and dilute it and talk about it. That's why these pastors and everybody, these men, continue to make mistake after mistake, and that's why they keep getting them half of their money. Going with that old white gospel y'all preaching. That was to stop us from being empowerment, because marriage was nothing about territorial salvation. Marriage was about procreation. Marriage was about business. It was not about love. Marriage, y'all hear me what I'm telling you? It was about, you wasn't married. You wasn't talking about no marriage vows. That came from the Romans. That came from Catholicism. You was married by consummation, arrangement, or celebration. All right? These people, you got to understand, if I was a king and you were king, we had daughters, you had a son, we would make arrangements for our children, for the Persians would get with the Africans. The Africans from Uganda, wherever we was from, we would come together to keep an allegiance. Marriage was about living holy and practicing safe sex and all that kind of stuff. It was an allegiance. It was money. It was about business. You Negroes then came over here across the Atlantic slave trade and practiced this custom of monogamy. And you're trying to say what's biblical, polygamy or monogamy? That ain't for me to teach. I'm not going to teach that on a Facebook page. I'm going to teach the truth that marriage is the culture in which you create, because the culture in the Middle East is not the culture in the West. It was a business agreement. And I know y'all don't like this, but y'all can't challenge me on it. Y'all can't challenge me on it. You can't challenge me on it. All of what you can say is what Paul said. And all you can do is talk about the qualifications of a bishop. If that's the case, you're talking about what Paul says. There's no woman that should be a bishop. There's no woman that should be an elder. If we just basing our thesis on what Paul said according to the New Testament scripture, we should not even have no women bishops. We shouldn't have no women elders. We shouldn't have no women pastors if we just going by the Pauline literature. So dismiss me with that. Miss me with that. Marriage was never meant for one party to make a mistake and the other party get half. No. I ain't one of you European type of Eurocentric mode preachers. I'm a real deal. You better no. Marriage wasn't, you mean to me, that ain't God's way. If a man make a mistake or a woman make a mistake, you're able to get half of their money because they made one mistake and you can penalize them. Where's grace? Where's love? Come on, somebody. This is how you know them chicks don't love y'all, because they always going to the bloggers and testifying that y'all talking about you. A real chick will say, you know what, I love you enough to leave you alone. Marriage, how is that love? I thought love covers a multitude of sin. I thought you're supposed to forgive 7. I don't care what you Negroes are. I don't care if you're Kojic, Baptist, all of that is man-made. Ain't nothing. What was Jesus? Jesus wasn't even no Christian. Come on, talk to me in this place. Christianity came from when they're mocking us at Acts chapter 5 at Antioch. We were disciples of God, people of the way. We ain't no Christians. Y'all taking on all this stuff and leaving by these legalistic and don't understand linguistics and etymology. You don't understand that. Yeah, I'm a good Christian. They was a good Christian when they hung us from trees after they singing Amazing Grace. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm happy and been married 36 years. Who you mad at? You still single. You must be mad. I ain't mad. I preach with passion. See, that's what you have to have the emotional intelligence to understand, little sister. I preach with passion. Don't see, we look at stuff and he angry. I ain't angry. I'm preaching with passion. Y'all don't say Farrakhan angry. See, y'all, this is what I'm talking about. I preach, there's a difference between passion, purpose, precision of thought. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So what you're telling me is that when a man make a mistake, you cheated and you run off with half his money as God. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. But historically and biblically, marriage was a covenant meaning. It required forgiveness, restoration, loyalty. Marriage is covenant. It's not this contract you get half. That's why a lot of these women is marrying people that got money. You know why? Because if you make a mistake, I'm waiting on you to make a mistake, Negro. I'm going to get half. Women is winning. You can sit up on your butt and let me play these 85 games and sign a $300 million contract. You ain't played one game. You ain't ran down the court. You ain't did no suicides. You ain't lift no weights. You ain't did no training table. You ain't disciplined your body. But because you married me and I signed a $400 million contract, I cheat one time and you get half of my fortune? Are you crazy? You think that's what marriage is about? Come on, man. These women are lining y'all up. Real women at least gonna forgive you once or twice. Real women. Marriage is a covenant. The Lord hath been witness between thee and thy wife of thy youth. She is the companion and the wife of thy covenant. Faithfulness is unexpected from birth. And the reason y'all are so successful today is because we are being led by an effeminate women culture. Faithfulness is expected from both. Hebrews 13:4. It says marriage is honorable and all, and the bed is undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Now we have to do a Greek study on that. And we have to do an etymology study on the adulterers and whoremongers, because fornication, even with that was not the origin of that word, was not sexual sin. They thought some fornication was when the Jews would mess with the Samaritans. Cross-culture dating. You understand what I'm saying? Cross-culture dating was considered adultery and fornication. I know y'all knew that. Forgiveness is central to relationships. I'm reading Bible to you simpletons. I'm getting a divorce. I'm getting a divorce. Okay. You ain't getting this money because it's in a trust. Go and get a divorce. I'll be married by in 7 days. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. There's so many men living in misery because they're scared to get a divorce because they're going to lose it all. Because you married a low-value woman and you high risk and you married her and she ain't got nothing. If you divorce her now, she couldn't live off your money, what she would have. Now, let me tell you this. If a woman has not birthed your children and she divorces you and she ain't help you build none of your wealth, why should she get half of your money? Let's talk. This is a man's conversation. We don't have no sermons geared to men. We don't have no sermons geared to men. No teachings. Y'all talk to me. So the biblical counterpoint is this. Colossians 3:13. It says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. Brian Meadows, what happened between you, that young lady, and your wife is you all's business in your church. Your testimony should only be yay and nay, and you should not talk about it unless your wife is healed and ready to talk about it. You don't come out discussing nothing. You be quiet. Brian Meadows. Somebody tag his name. This was wrong with you preachers. Y'all go after these people with stage names in Hollywood. You need some Negroes that can give it to you like a gangster, that can talk men talk. All this seminary talk y'all talking about. When you make a mistake, preacher, the first thing you do is call somebody and tell them, man, I done messed up. And you confess. And you get it right with your wife. That's the most sacred thing you need to get with. Coming on social media, talking to men that ain't even got a wife, and then talking to men that got a wife and another boyfriend, that is foolishness. A real good woman will not leave you the first time you make a mistake. She won't. A woman that's been lining you up gonna leave quick. Colossians 3:13. Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. Biblical counterpoint. The Bible does not frame faithfulness as unrewarded. It is framed it as honor, righteousness, and legacy. Proverbs 20:7. The just man walketh in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. If you got a husband that is faithful and committed to you, celebrate his celibacy and not I am proud that my husband is just with me and me alone. That needs to be rewarded. That needs to be celebrated. You need to say, babe, what you need? You need something? Come on, what you need? What can I take care of? What's wrong? What you need? Ain't no deny. You know what type of man you got? Because some of y'all got together and you was the creep move and he married you. So you know what type of man you got. You know his sexual appetite. You know his sexual discipline and undisciplined. Now you're going to get married and try to withhold himself on him. Do you know what you're talking about? You know what kind of man he was when he asked you to give him that type of oral sex. You knew. Now all of a sudden you're going to say you're going to withhold yourself? You don't withhold yourself from a man that is battling with his sexual appetite and he got money. I'm talking this real talk to y'all. You are setting yourself up, your family up, and him to cheat. Now you can go to the altar and pray all you want. I'm tired. That's why you need to be his wife and his girlfriend. I don't believe nothing Bishop may say. You don't have to believe me for it to be a reality. Ask another man. I'm talking for men now because they can't say this because they say this, they'd be sleeping on the couch. I'm talking about 31 years of marriage, 37 years with one woman. I'm telling that the man that made a mistake. I'm talking real talk to you. I'm not playing with you all. And somebody got to talk to these pastors. Y'all need to come to my men's conference in June, pastors. Y'all going into all these big name conferences. Y'all ain't nothing but got a platform. And y'all, this is the first time you ever got some women, and really some of y'all really got some, period, in the church, is because your platform drawed all these women, these church women to you, and they just lining y'all up. They lining you up. You sitting there taking pictures with them, sitting there making transactions with them, sitting there text phone. Come on, man. Come on, man. Faithfulness is not about applause. It's about character before God. So I'm faithful because I believe God. The reason many men aren't married, research shows the issue is more complex. I know people want to trash me because of this. Oh, I dropped it today. And I'm from this platform, but more people usually be on, but this platform does not launch my page like I should. I need to probably redo it over again. I'm so amped up. Research shows that issue is more complex. Economic instability, fear of divorce courts, culture normalization of casual relationships. The culture now is making it, hey, the women are just giving it to you free. The women are move you in, you ain't got to marry no more. So men are not getting married. This is a different world. Shacking used to be embarrassed. Now, women and men would bring the person they shacking with the church. Snitching used to be bad. Now people make a living off snitching. Hiding homosexuality and your sexual preference used to be horrific, egregious. Now people are open. This is a different world. This is a different world. So people, the men are afraid right now. Loss of traditional family structure, distrust between men and women. So the decline in marriage is not just about punishment of cheating, but about a deeper breakdown into trust between the sexes. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. There is some truth on both sides. Men often feel unappreciated for their loyalty. See, this is how it goes. Man, I got her down. She down with me, dog. Everybody says it. Oh, she down for me. She down for me. We brag on that. But then I'm like, man, I'm so glad I've been faithful for you. And then you know what they say to us? You supposed to be faithful. You think you're going to get a reward for that? But yet people reward you for being a good woman all the time. You know what? It irritates me that the world often say, look at my marriage and say, ooh, Lady Mae is a good, you don't know nothing about Lady Mae. She's good for church, but you don't know if she's good for me. And so all these pastors are married to first ladies who look like they're the sweetest thing as possible. And they ain't nothing but a demon in a ponytail. A demon in a hat. Go home and no, you ain't. I'm telling y'all the truth. I ain't got to be ashamed of nobody. I got plenty of money. I got 4 or 5 houses I can live in, and I ain't got to bite and scratch for no Negro. I'm telling you the truth. Y'all are always got an opinion on what's good, and if I divorce right now, they're gonna say, "Oh, he lost a good woman." How you know? You don't know nothing about her. You don't. She could be cussing me out and making me like a Ahab every night. But what looks good in the church don't make it look good at home. I'd rather have a wife at home than a wife at church that can just shout and dance and preach and all that. What about the wife at home? How are you? I don't care if you can sing and dance. How can you cook and how can you clean and how can you build this house? How can you take my money and make more money? How can you be the woman of a Lydia or a Ruth? How can you be Esther? Now you understand the Queen of Sheba traveled to see Solomon, but she had her own money. Even though I got money, don't be asking me for my money all the time. Go make some money. She had her own money. Then she gave gifts to Solomon, and then he doubled what she gave him. She didn't come empty-handed. Why do you think it's okay to be a broke 30, 40-year-old grown woman? That's the society accepts you. Here it is. I'm busting my butt, doing everything I can, buying you whatever can, and you ain't buying me nothing. I don't care how much money I get. You're supposed to be my life partner. Where's your money to buy me something? And don't tell me you bought me something with my own card. Well, you know, I have a job. What that mean? Work at Walmart so you can buy me something. I know y'all don't like this. I know y'all. Men are devalued. Men are devalued. Here it is. I'm taking care of you, your mama. I'm taking care of your cousins. Your aunties asking for money. Everybody asking for my money. And because I'm married to you. And then you say, can you help them out? Can you help them out? You want me to be the boss when you want me to be the boss. But when it comes from an executive decision, and I make a decision on how, I don't like, man, shut up. That's what you do. Shut up. Y'all ain't, I'm talking good talk here. And I know y'all, I'm talking to bosses now because bosses that got money know exactly what I'm talking about. Marriage survives when both sides understand loyalty, sacrifice, and forgiveness. You might, faithfulness isn't rewarded by applause, it's rewarded by peace and legacy. Appreciate who I am. Appreciate, say, yeah, my husband used to be a hot mess. Say it. I know my husband a hot mess. He's flirtatious. I know this. But honey, he didn't change this way, and I appreciate him. You don't hear that. You don't hear that. What you hear? If he can cheat, I can cheat too. Red flag. That ain't classy. That ain't ladylike. You gonna do everything a man does? No, something wrong with you. You got a gift of harlotry. So many men feel the reward is invisible. Come on, I'm talking to some men. I know, men, y'all, it's as tight, y'all really can't say amen. But if it was talking about the divine nine, most of you Negroes would be on here talking and everything else. But let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to sow into me today because I gave y'all something that's going to be, y'all need to sow into this word. Now listen, watch this. Let me go further. From a male perspective, some men feel the faithfulness is treated as the minimum required rather than the something valued. So I'm just saying from a male's perspective, this is all about this male. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. I'm telling you from a male perspective, and hopefully I can use this platform that many of you all will hear my concerns. Because a man, when he is faithful, is devalued. If a man is loyal for decades, it is often seen as simply what he should do. But we don't really know if that is what he should do because we don't have much studies on that is what he should do. Practice polygamy, monogamy, or whatever. Okay, so when we look at this, we got to look at we just don't know. Let's just be honest. We don't. When it comes to marriage and relationship, dating, all this stuff, and we got Old Testament, New Testament. We just don't know. So we're led by God. And so when we look at it, if a man is loyal, it's reduced down. You're supposed to be loyal. That's what you got married for. No. But if it fails once, the consequences can be so severe socially and legally. So what man does, there are some men who really love you, women. Y'all need to listen to me. There are some men who really want to marry you. But deep down inside, they know they're still a little flirtatious. They still got a little something in them when they get that Hennessy in them or whatever, or when they get anointed and come down. They still got a little device in them that they're struggling to manage their sexual appetite. It's not because they don't love you, but because of the consequences. If they knew you really could love them to life, love them to wholeness, they would marry you. But the risk is so high, they just say, no, I'm good. Oh my gosh. And that's why you 50 and you 40 and you 60 and you still not married. Because you have somebody that love you, but the risk is so high, they don't know really, are you going to be able to help them manage and be disciplined in which the and their with their physical protocol, their flesh and their propensity to go outside the relationship. Are you going to be support? So they struggle. But because he know if he fails once, he's going to be on social media. He's going to be in legal court. He know he's going to have to pay child support, alimony. And he said, man, I know I ain't really ready, but if she was rocking with me, like I still marry her. But because he know really ready, he just said, man, I'm good. So he don't marry you. If you would say, let's put our stuff in the trust, let's get a will and a prenup, I bet you he will be more apprehensive to marry you. Y'all done ruin marriage through these high stake divorce taxes that you're putting on men. Marriage is built on high trust. Marriage is designed to be high trust covenant, not just a contract, because of that society historically treated sexual exclusivity as foundational. When that trust breaks, people often respond strongly because it threatens the entire structure of the relationship. From the other side, the other parameters of it, many women see infidelity as a 15 minutes of pleasure, but as betrayal of emotional security, betrayal of family stability, betrayal of covenant. So the percentage of harm is very different between genders. Why many men delay or avoid getting married today? Well, researchers often point to several reasons: fear of divorce laws, financial risk, loss of autonomy, cultural narratives around male behavior, previous relationship traumas, lack of models of healthy marriages. This has contributed to declining marriage rates among men, especially around younger men. The other side of the data, at the same time, studies consistently show that men who remain in stable marriages often experience benefits, longer life expectancy, better mental health, higher wealth accumulation, stronger family legacies. So the long-term incentives can be real, even if they don't always feel visible day to day. The deeper issue is covenant versus contract. I talked about that earlier. So I want you to understand God really wants to bless you. God really wants to bless you in a way that's going to oh my God. Look what they just said. Let me go back to Sherrick Bell. King David disobeyed God and had many wives and had much chaos among his children. I don't believe on my life that what you are saying, kingdom, is kingdom. God bless you, Brother Bell. Number one, I don't care what you believe. Number two, you shouldn't put it on your life because you may not see Christmas. And because you're casting spells over your own life. And would be confused and derailed by what you're saying. If you're a simpleton, if you're not to have the emotional intelligence to dissect the scripture and be exegetically and hermeneutically correct, then you will be confused. But I just told you what it was. Old Testament polygamy, New Testament monogamy. The difference is not really versus God's law, it's customs and manners. Which customs do you practice? Eastern culture or Western cultures? Thank you, my brother. Continue on. Have a good weekend. All right. So anybody have any questions? The thing they want to say, if you want to get on, you want to express yourself, I'll send you a link. I may do this again. I ain't even through. I just got started. I may do it for this launch for my thing because on this, many people can't get it. But yeah, if you going through an issue with cheating or something went through, shut it down. You get your wife whole. That's who you broke your heart. You didn't break social media heart. Some of the people that left your church because that was going to leave anyway. People that left, they'll come back. Make sure your wife good. That's what you make sure you good. Make sure your wife good. And Sherrick Bell, let me tell you something else. Make sure you know what weight class you get into before you get in the ring. See, some people are featherweights, some people are heavyweights. Know the difference. I've never been a featherweight or a lightweight. Always been a heavyweight. So when you swing, make sure you understand after you swing, I always been a counterpuncher. You punch me with a jab, I'm gonna hit you another with a jab. So that's all you understand. We can't just get on somebody's social media page to understand where they come from and understand what they're doing and understand me. I've been married 31 years, brother, and married 36 years, and I practice being a husband of one wife. But I'm telling you, I see the narratives of what men are dealing with, and this message is to a man. And if you don't have the emotional intelligence and you're a simpleton, this is the wrong time because iron can't sharpen paper. Iron sharpens iron. So you dig? So I always understand that. And we appreciate what everybody, if you all want to sow into this ministry, if this word bless you, do it, $ Amere Ministries or PayPal, whatever, you need to do that if it bless you. But I'm telling you, this is where it is, man. This is man talk. Y'all, you're not going to get this kind of teaching from men. These pastors not going. These pastors are going to cater to women because they want to see the tithes coming. You're not going to see people. Challenge what I said. I gave you all Bible. I gave y'all all Bible. This ain't nothing I made up. This ain't nothing made up. I do believe Western culture wives have too much power over their husbands. And a woman should never usher authority over her man. When she doesn't get her way, she withhold herself. She does things. It's bad. And so we got to make sure we know. I am. He just, yeah, these guys get on social media and get happy and just become keyboard warriors and don't understand what they're dealing with. So we need to make sure we know what we're dealing with. I may take a commercial break, get on, and then let me tell you, I'm going to do a part 2 of this. If this bless y'all, I'll do a part 2. I'll do a part 2. Sean, you just missed it. I just gave it to you. Sean, I'm about to go live. Matter of fact, I'm about to do part 2. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, Sean, and I'm going to log back on. And I'm waiting on you, Sean, because I know you come hard. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Sean, I'm waiting. Let me put it up here. That's my sister. I'm waiting on her. I'm waiting on you, Sean. I'm a log on for my post. And I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm trying to get the men back in church. I'm trying to teach liberation of the man. Men ain't in church. Yeah, Men ain't in church and they ain't marrying y'all. Y'all been y'all praying and doing all this stuff. That ain't how God told y'all to run this world. He said, be fruitful and multiply. That means get in a marriage and have babies. Y'all doing everything with y'all done left the house and the kitchen and the room and everything else and went to the pulpit. That can be free, just not at our expense. Okay. Well, Sean, I'm getting ready to take a 5-minute break and I'm about to log on part 2 because I'm ready to date and ruin lives. And I want you to log on part 2. If I get some people to sow, because look, my time is valuable. Kenny Jackson said, can you make sure? Okay, Sean, I want you to stay right there because then I'm getting ready to invite you on to part 2. I'm going to take a 5-minute break and I'm coming on part 2. Y'all better because I'm only going to come from a Bishop Amere J page. I'm not coming from no other page. But y'all better hit the cash app because this is getting ready to get some good stuff. I better get some cash app. I ain't logging on nothing. I'm sitting on that back porch and barbecue. But this going to bless y'all. If you married, single, or whatever, I'm going to ready to set it off. Part 2 in just 5 minutes. Peace.